welcome. This is Diego Court here, and the ramblings of a bored guy. And today, I'm gonna talk about COVID. It's a little something that I had, possibly still have. I don't know what the time frame of it is. However, I did, I'm not 100%, but I am pretty good. And, I did have to do 4 days in the hospital. Then I came off, came back, came home on oxygen. So, it wasn't the best. Wasn't the worst, because I'm obviously able to make a video and talk about it. So, there's a little cough in there left over from that. So anyway, the way that it came to me, the way that I kind of figured it out was that for about a week, in addition to just being, just pretty lethargic compared to, normal. And, this included going to, sleeping a lot, just sleeping a lot. But because of the circumstances, the sleep was welcome. Because, usually I've got problems going to sleep during the afternoon or anything like that. So, I work in the evening. I work, at 5:30 is when my shift normally starts. So, if something wakes me up and it's like daytime, I'm gonna have problems, if not be impossible to go back to sleep. So, just something randomly wakes me up and it's like 10 in the morning. That's, it's like, that's not gonna be a good deal. And my preference is to stay asleep until it's time to go to work. Just like you would do if you work first shift. You get up, it's time to go to work, and then you go to work. I don't like being up all day and then still having to go to work. It's just something mental about the fact that you'd still have to go to work. So anyway, for this week or so before the diagnosis, I'm able to sleep, before, even if I get up, it kind of doesn't matter. I'm just able to still just go to sleep easily, which is fine. But yet, this is going on for a whole week, and I'm like, man, I've got enough sleep. So anyway, in addition to that, I'm kind of just starting to feel lethargic overall, which is not right. So, it becomes, there comes a day at work, and I'm like, man, I can't finish this shift. I just cannot fucking do this. So I tell them I'm leaving early. I get in the car to leave. I fucking go to sleep in the car in the parking lot. And then I get home. Because, my plan was to just go straight to the hospital. But I'm like, nah, go home. And then, I go to sleep. And then I do go to the hospital. And I go to sleep again in the parking lot before I go in. So this is weird. So I go, I go sign in, go check in, get everything situated. And then, we get diagnosed, and it's COVID as well as pneumonia. So, we get a room. I end up there 4 days. of stuff pumped into me. You know, and it seems like I just really didn't start feeling like real shit until stuff started getting put into me. You know, I'm not saying anything like bad about the hospital. But it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's like the diagnosis, hearing it and all that stuff makes it worse or something. Because, I mean, it's like, of course, I felt like shit, which is why I went there in the first place. But, like, you know, it wasn't 100% like, whew, man, this is horrible, until I started having shit put into me. But either way, you know, there was an ordeal, and got through it. Came home on, you know, with an oxygen tank. Did oxygen for, you know, a couple days after the fact. It's been about a week, I think. Well, it's been like a little bit more than a week. I gotta follow up that I've got to do Tuesday, and then hopefully I'll be just going back to work Wednesday, I guess. COVID leave. So, you know, I mean, it's all good, man. Coughing was just brutal. There's still some now. It's not nearly as bad. Feeling like you're hacking up your lungs. Just like lung pain, some chest pain, and just weird. Just, you know, I feel mostly good now, so, you know, it's, hey, it is what it is. Now, the one thing that's lingering, you know, like I said, other than some weirdness, man, it'd be great to, like, not feel any kind of weirdness, which, you know, we're not 100% there yet, like I said. But taste, now, you know, this is something that, you know, I didn't notice it. Well, I did notice it before I ended up, you know, going to the hospital or whatever. But I thought it was possibly due to something else, because I had to, you know, I went to an appointment for, you know, to get a tooth looked at, to get pulled. Right, you know, like a couple days, like 2 days before I ended up going in. And, you know, and because of that, I had some antibiotics, and I was wondering if the antibiotics would affect how things taste, which, you know, I don't know if they did or not, but, like, stuff tasted, like, fucking weird those last couple days before I went in, and that's been the case ever since. Like, stuff just has a lack of taste comparative to before. And I've eaten some, like, stuff that I know is amazing because it's fucking amazing, and I have it for that reason. And none of it tastes anything like it normally does. So that fucking sucks. I can't go grab a nice expensive pizza. Well, I mean, I did grab a nice expensive pizza. It just didn't taste like anything. Had a steak dinner. Like, all I could taste was a little bit of the A1 sauce. It was bad. Very much so. That's one thing, and I can't wait for that to be over. Whenever food just tastes normal again, that is a big thing that I'm looking forward to. Regular tasting food. But, I mean, of all the complaints that somebody could have after COVID, because death is, you know, that's the ultimate one that can happen. I'd say that some food not tasting its best is a far cry. And then, you know, I mean, some smell as well. Like I could not smell some, like even hand sanitizer. Like I could, you know, you can feel that that there's sanitizer because of that strength that it has, but I couldn't even smell the actual scent of the sanitizer. Like no soap, nothing. Could not smell any of it. Ugh. Okay. So that kind of goes along with it, but I mean, overall, it is what it is. Got it. Done with it. And, you know, the future will hold whatever it holds. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. I'll be probably trying to do the next or the second video about my fiction story, because I'm going to go ahead, especially because of COVID, I am going to go ahead and put that story up, because you know, as I spoke about, you know, the original timeline was that, you know, I tried to, you know, I mean, it was written a long time ago, put on the back burner where it never got touched, and, you know, it can either be, you know, I finished that second story, you know, 20 years or almost 20 years after the fact, and then, you know, then we had COVID, where, you know, I could have not been able to post it. I could have just, you know, died. And it's, you know, it's not like that important of a thing, but like it has been something that's been a part of my life in some measure for such a long time. So I, you know, even though I don't have the artwork anywhere near complete, I gotta go ahead and just get the story itself posted. So the next video will be talking about that story, and, you know, the story itself will likely be posted. I just gotta go through it, make sure that there are like 0 edits to do, which, I mean, there should not be. Well, I mean, there's, yeah, like one thing at the end that I wanted to go through, and that was it. So, all right, like, subscribe, comment. As far as cars, I mean, there's, you know, I'm getting comments and stuff like that because of a Mustang more recently. Some dumbasses, oh, you check engine light and doing it, like, yeah, if I kind of didn't know what was going on, I probably wouldn't do whatever I'm doing. So that means I obviously know what's going on and whether or not it's even a legit check engine light, so on and so forth. But as far as cars, it is time for the Evo. I mean, there's some videos from like 2020 where, you know, I just started to drive it after I got built and all that stuff. So, but, you know, we got to go back through it. It's the thing now. Mustang's done. You know, I mean, there's really nothing else to do on it. I mean, I'll do videos, you know, next year when it's time to come back out with the, you know, with the cars or whatever. But you know, I don't really think there's much to do. And I've taken the, you know, I had a drag pack on there, and I've forgotten how bad this is with some stock wheels back on it. Because, I mean, you know, I could lay out the radials pretty good, but going back to stocks, pretty scary. So, well, I guess that'll do it for this video. And again, like, subscribe, comment. I'll have more whatever random content coming. Alright, so I just went to get some ice cream just to see if I can, like, taste it. Probably can't taste it, so I'll get all the bads, you know, all the calories and all the horrible stuff from eating ice cream, but it won't taste amazing. But whatever. Later.